to another movie review. It's your boy, Odio here, and today we're going to be talking about Coming to America. Okay! And welcome back. We're going to do another movie review. We're going to try it one more time. We're going to keep seeing how these things going as long as y'all keep liking. That's all that matters, right? Hit that like, subscribe. You know how it go. But today, we're going to be talking about a movie that I honestly had I can't say no hope for, but slim to none based on the sequels that we've seen from numerous people. But when I tell you Coming to America is dope, it definitely exceeded expectations. Bringing back the original cast. Sorry, still fine. 56 years later. But they just brought back everybody. Even She's Your Queen was in here. So it was a full star-studded cast. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to have too many spoilers. But you got Wesley Snipes in there as the opposition, I guess you could say. But it all comes down to Eddie Murphy finding out that during the montage when he was going through those different women, when he was dating at the club and they had that role of different women, apparently something happened and so he had a son. So that would be Leslie Jones, and Leslie Jones, she comes out as the mother, and the prince name, Lawrence, I can't remember that's his real name, I can't remember his name in the movie, but he's the prince, so they gotta get him home to Zamunda to marry Wesley Snipes' daughter, which happens to be Tiana Taylor. So, old boy is just like, yeah, I'm on that, on bumpers. But you know what I'm saying? He's going through the process. He's going through the whole, Your Highness, the royal clean. You know how it goes. And it was really a good callback to a lot of things. If this movie, I wouldn't even call it fan service. I would just say it was nostalgic. Because you had so many people reoccurring. And I don't want to get a whole thing away. But it's so many people reoccurring on their roles. And but like I said, it was a really good movie. It was a really good movie. But alright, so Eddie Murphy gets his son, brings him back to Zamunda. He's training him to be a prince. So he's going through all the challenges to make sure that he can marry Tiana Taylor. But as he's going through those processes, he's learning that he's actually in love with one of the groomers. One of the royal penis clean girls. And so they keep going through it, and the prince decides that the laws need to change because he's talking to the groomer, and she's like explaining the problems of Zamunda that they thought Eddie Murphy was going to fix. But because he's become more like his father, that's a whole nother thing I missed. We'll get to that later. But because he's become more of his father, they're just trying to come into the 21st century. So, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know how it goes. I don't want to give everything away. You meet a lot of funny people that you wouldn't have thought you met. They got the whole dance scene. They got the whole Earth girl is back. That's a whole nother thing. But I don't want to give everything away. I'm going to do a more in-depth disclosure, but right now I just feel like this was definitely exceeding everybody's expectations. Name the last Eddie Murphy movie you like besides Dreamgirl. Can you? That's all I'm saying. So I feel like for this movie to come out like it did, it well exceeded expectations, and I definitely suggest you check it out. I'm gonna give this movie an A minus because nostalgia alone, it's great. I don't want to give too much away. That's why I'm not going into too much detail, but basically, y'all know how it goes. The prince says, you know what I mean, I'm not going to follow whatever the status quo is. I'm just going to fall in love with who I fall in love with, and we're going to make it roll from there. I didn't even bring up Eddie Murphy's daughters. That's a whole nother thing. But wait for that in-depth. I'm going to give it to you. But for right now, definitely go check that out. If you got Amazon Prime, coming to America, definitely worth your watch. That Eddie Murphy and Lisa, they've grown 30 years plus, and they've had children. 3 daughters, no sons. So that's what bids Eddie Murphy to go looking for a son after he is told that he may have a son. And, you know, everything's going well. They've been prosperous since Eddie Murphy has taken, or excuse me, Prince Akeem has taken, no, he wouldn't. Prince Akeem, he is told by his father that he wants to have his funeral while he's still alive. And, you know, Mufasa, that's what we'll call King Jeffrey. Y'all already know who he is. He decides he wants to have his funeral while he's still alive. So we go through an elaborate funeral. And during the funeral, after all the special guests, he says, all right, I'm good to go. And he's out, done that. And now that leaves Eddie and his 3 princesses, because he's never had a son. He has 3 beautiful daughters, but no sons. That there may be a possible male heir. And where else? I know it. Queens. This is interesting. Oh man, what else am I feel like I'm leaving out a lot of stuff. Hell, I didn't even talk about McDowell's. So he eventually opens up a whole McDowell's in Zamunda, right? And Louis is running it. How funny is that? Like literally, I'm just saying, to end your movie experience with Coming to America 2, we have coming to the stage, Mr. Randy Watson. Y'all look it up. Coming to America 2. A minus, definitely nostalgic and love. Please watch it. This has been my Coming to America review. Like, subscribe, click all them buttons. I don't know where they at down there, but they somewhere down there. Click them. And I'll check you next.